everyone, Sophia here. Welcome back to my Etsy shop. I'm going to show you 7 new items going in the shop tomorrow on Friday, and that would be, let me see, 2021 22nd, I think, of March. I'm telling you, it's been a busy day, you can tell, right? I have some really cool stuff today. Really cool. You saw the thumbnail. I'm going to start with that because that was my item. But I have crystal and vintage pottery, not so vintage pottery, and very vintage glass. So let's get started. Let me put my specs on. And all the links for the shop are below and right up here. I'm a woman-owned business. This is what I do when I'm not working on YouTube, when I'm not working on Patreon, when I'm not working my full-time job. The furnace just stopped, which is nice. We're gonna have it quiet. I love vintage, I love glass, crystal, and I love pottery. So I look and source for items that I would keep and that I think that you would like to have as well. I try to look for things that are a little bit different once in a while, and this is one of them. So enter a Nareem pottery. I have never heard of Nareem pottery. This is a gorgeous, stunning, very heavy pottery, studio pottery terrain. Let me give you close-ups. If you watch my channel and my videos, you know what the story is, right? I'm gonna be very open about it. I broke the matching ladle. So we'll talk about the ladle in a second because I'm going to bring it to you. It's going to be part of the box. Let's start with the terrain itself. Studio pottery, front on the wheel, gorgeous glazed. This is gorgeous. Look at the design. It's got a southwestern look to it. However, I cannot find anything about this particular potter. I cannot tell you which state. I know I found it in Jersey, so I don't know. It is signed right here, if you can see it, Nareem. Nareem does a fantastic job. This is, no, Nareem, N-E. Or is it an M? I have no, it's an N. Yeah, can't read it. I think it's Nareem. It's studio pottery, very obviously an art potter. This is professional pottery. This is not your little mom and pop shop giving classes, teaching people how to do things and then design the item. This is studio pottery. This is the real deal. It's gorgeous. What's most beautiful about it is the lid. So it's a terrain, right? So obviously it has the notch right here for the ladle, any ladle. This is the inside of the lid, but look at the knob. How cool is this? This is like a little, it makes me think of a dumpling. Okay, it's like a little packet. It's a very nice hold. You're not gonna drop the lid. Okay, you may drop the lid all again. It has a repeat of that southwestern design, all in brown. The glaze is gorgeous. It's a rough, I mean, this is satin, but the edges are raw clay, so it's a little rough to the touch. And I fell in love with this. I was going to keep it for myself. And I kept it for a long time. The problem is that, as I mentioned, I broke the ladle. So here's part of the ladle. It's fixable. You just got to glue it. I just don't want to do it because I don't want to do a bad job. But if I show you where the break is, so here's the ladle. The ladle has a really cool shape, by the way. You see that S shape? Makes me think of a musical note for some reason. Okay, so here's the break, right? And I'm gonna put them together right here. Okay, so if you put it back together, oh, come on. You have your glass. There you go. Can you see the break? No, right? So you just have to be very careful in how you glue it back. The ladle has 2 spouts, one here and there. I know I said southwestern, but this looks North African to me. And the name Narem, definitely North African. So I don't know if it's Tunisia, I don't know if it's Algeria or Morocco, but it is gorgeous pottery. So this is going to come with it, but clearly it's broken. However, it can be fixed, and you can use any ladle for it. This is it. This is a soup tureen, maybe a couscous tureen, a stew. You can put it in the oven. It's maybe one of the best pieces of pottery that I've had. I just love it. I absolutely love it. It's got this organic feel to it. I love that the bottom is not finished. If you like pottery and you like this type of rustic style, this is it. It's big, it's heavy, it's in perfect condition. The terrain is perfect. The only problem, broke the handle. Okay, so the handle will come with it. You might want to. The brake is so clean. You can fix this, okay? I just don't want to do it because if I mess it up, then you know. So let me put it back in here. It will be carefully wrapped, and again, this is heavy, but it's gorgeous. So that's pottery number one. Pottery number two is by a pottery studio out of Arkansas. And the name is not a name that you're going to recognize, even though I showed it to you last week and I told you, it looks like a Shawnee, but it's not a Shawnee. The pottery name is Carmack. And it was created or founded in 1926. And in 1927, they changed the name. When they actually opened it, it was in Camden, Arkansas. So what they did was mix the name Camden and Arkansas, and they came up with the name Camark. Okay, so Camark Art Pottery or Pottery Studio. This is a 1930s. I'm gonna have to move because it's so big. This is a 1930s twisted vase. It is pottery. This is almost 100 years old. I cannot tell you enough about how good of a shape it is. There's literally no chip. There may be a couple of areas where there's, it's part of, I'm scratching on it. I think it's a defect in the glaze itself. You see that? That little spot right here? And then there's another one in there. It's barely noticeable, but I think it's right here. You can see it. I think it's part of the manufacturing and the glaze that you take on. It's amazing. This thing is amazing. It's great for decorative purposes. Phenomenal for tall stems, gladiolus, roses, anything dry. The color is a peach color. That's why I thought it was a Shawnee. It's a peach pink color. I don't know if it really shows. Yeah, it does. I'm looking at my viewfinder. I'm hoping it shows. Here's the back. Camark, as a pottery studio, was very prolific in the 30s, and they were doing a lot of pottery during World War II, which is interesting because that was at a time where everything was being rationed. So they did a lot of those in the 40s. Not this design, this is from the 30s. And there was a time in the company's life where they were literally producing 2,500 pieces of pottery per day. Okay? And the guy who founded it, by the way, comes from none other than Zanesville, Ohio. So Zanesville is also known for pottery. And you know that Ohio has a lot of pottery makers because of the quality of the soil and the clay. Roseville comes to mind. So this is a Camark. It almost looks like a gramophone, doesn't it? Trumpet style. Very tall. Let me see. I have the 1175, almost 12 inches tall. It's almost a foot tall. Okay. Pottery vase from the 30s. It's almost 100 years old. This by itself is a statement piece. It would look beautiful. And because it's a light color and a muted color, it goes with anything beige, anything white, even dark colors. If you have like a dark green, would look great against a dark green background. Anything wood, dark wood, it would look fantastic. This is such a beautiful piece. So let me give you close-ups. You have this twist, that's the mold right here, and then you have this twist, and it's basically, you see the optic swirl on it? It's basically like a big trumpet, a big flower type trumpet. It's kind of narrow on the inside, and it's clean. Cleaned it a lot. Has some crazing. You'll see that in the pictures, which is expected when considering how old it is. And then the bottom is those kind of little twist and rounded feet here with, I'm not sure what they meant to do here. I think it looks like either gravel or grapes. I think it's gravel. It looks like a pedestal, really, if you think about it, or one of those stands where you put the gazing ball. That's really what it looks like. So it's got a garden feel to it. This is very nice. I want to keep you Camden, Arkansas mixed together. They closed in 1982, so they had a good run. Okay, but this one again, so 1930 something, 1930s. Okay, when I come back, let's do crystal. Okay, crystal, English or British crystal, Stewart Crystal. It's a very known company. They make beautiful pieces, and the crystal is known for having a very distinctive ring in terms of the bell sound to it. The pattern is going to be hard for me to say because it's a British name. The pattern is called Shaftesbury. Okay, Shaftesbury. Okay, this is a 1980s Stewart crystal vase, and this is actually referred to as a daffodil vase, which is obviously meant for daffodils. So you put them in there, they have more room at the bottom. Daffodils don't need a lot of water because they tend to suck a lot of it. So you just put them in a little bit of water, and then they get murky real fast. So you don't want to put too much water in a daffodil vase. You want to change it very often, probably every day, but you don't want to immerse them because they're hollow on the inside and they have this gooey sap coming out of them. So the water gets dirty really, really fast. This is a crisscross pattern. Beautiful medallion at the bottom. It's from the 80s. Again, the name is Shaftesbury Daffodil Vase. Want to hear it, right? Because that's what they're known for. See the difference from it? Let me see. I know I have crystal in here. This is a gorn. You don't sound too good. I gotta find another one. Oh, I know. Something I couldn't sell. And I'm so upset too. Okay, I had found two of these gorgeous 1940s champagne coupe. And then as I was cleaning them, I have a chip. Can't sell it. So I have two of those. So here's a, this is actually from Holland. This is crystal from Holland. Hear the sound? Okay, let's go to Stewart because they're known for their sound. I don't know if you heard it stay. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, so I don't know how to do that. It's got to do with the lead in it and probably the crisscross, but the bell shape, so the sound kind of gets, it lingers. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love this vase. It's very pretty. Daffodils are in season, coming soon, and it's not super expensive. Well, if you go on replacement.com, it is. But in my shop, it's not because I want you to have it. It's a gorgeous vase. All right, Stewart, Shafters. Oh, I can't say it. Shaftesbury. You're beautiful. It's got so much sparkle because of the crisscross. See that? It's pretty stable. Sounds great. Okay. So that's crystal from the 80s. But now we're going to go into Czechoslovakia, mid-century modern. There was this guy named Rudolf Schroeder, and he was a designer, a glass designer, and he worked for, I gotta read it, Rosys Glasswork out of Czechoslovakia, SKLO Union. And he created a design for vases. This is not crystal, this is glass. That is super sought after. It's called the lens vase, or sometimes referred to as the bullet vase. This is from 1955, Czechoslovakia. I think you can tell the bullet, right? Or lens. Think about it in terms of maybe a railroad old light would have this lens, right? He made it in 2 different sizes. This is the tallest of the sizes. This one is 8 by 3.5 or 325. And he made it in different colors. This is the clear one. It was also in green, in yellow, in red, in blue. I think there's 2 different blue, but this is the clear one. The lens or bullet vase, 1955, by Rudolf Schroeder, Czechoslovakia. This is a collector's vase. It's not crystal, it's glass. It's art glass, mid-century modern. This thing is timeless. This here is more for the traditional decor, but this here, modern, would go with anything, even your traditional decor. It's a stunning design. And Mom picked it, by the way. Mom picked this one. It's in perfect condition. It's not signed, it was just designed by him. Perfect condition. It's thick, heavy glass. There's no cloud, no yellowing, nothing. It's a beautiful vase. It does have a few bubbles here and there, but I think that can be expected from mouth-blown glass. Ain't it cool? This is really cool and very current, right? You think you're at West Elm or something. 1955, mid-century modern, gorgeous. Okay, when I come back, vintage glass. Vintage glass, let me start with a collector's favorite. You recognize it, right? Fenton art glass, Silvercrest, 1950s. This is a small Silvercrest, also referred to as sparkle crest. So it's basically melt glass, and once in a while when you look at it, you can see a little bit of the mineral in it that makes it white, and it makes like a marble effect, but it's white on white, so you can't really see it. You gotta look closer. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it here in pictures, probably. And then once they do the white, well, it's, you know, they fire it again. You know how they do it, right, with the putt right here. So they fire it again, and then what they do is that they add a ribbon of clear glass around it that fuses, right? And once that's done, they send it into the mold and it gets pressed to make this shape. It's gorgeous. It's a classic collectible Fenton Silvercrest. I've had a few pieces in the shop and they've all sold. I don't think I have any in the shop right now. Perfect condition, 1950s, well loved. This one wasn't even dirty. I remember the last one I had was really bad. I spent a lot of time cleaning it. It's a ruffle, right? And I'm going to give you the sizes. It's 7 wide at its widest. Okay, so that's 7 from here to here. It's 375 high, and at its narrowest, it's 4.5. Okay, so it's 7 by 4.5 by 3 something. Fenton Silvercrest, 1950s. My next item is more mill glass. This one is from Indiana Glass, and it's one of the most famous pattern or most recognizable pattern. It's called Harvest Grape. And I have 2 items in the Harvest Grape pattern. This one is a mill glass, and it's a luncheon plate. So it's basically a plate with the Harvest Grape design in mill glass. This is thick mill glass, very thick. It's quite heavy, and it comes with its coffee or tea cup in the same pattern. And you see that there's a little notch right here. The notch is in the back too, where you can put your cup and you serve your sandwich. This is a set of 3. I have 3 of those plates. Here's one. They're in perfect condition. Here's the second one. And here's the third one. Okay, so it's a set of 3. Wish I had 4, but it's a set of 3. They have to be stacked a particular way. You can't stack them willy-nilly. They have to fit basically where the notch is. Okay, and it is in pristine, almost untouched condition. Harvest Grape by Indiana luncheon plate. They were very popular. They did pretty much everything but the sink in that pattern. They had the I think I've seen mugs. Of course they had vases and bowls and whatnot, but in the mill glass I remember seeing the punch bowl with the cups that went with it, and the cups were rounded. These are more like paneled. They almost like to look like the Westmoreland panel grape. Now, how old is this? This is also from 50s and 60s Indiana glass. It's basically when mill glass was really favored. Everybody was getting mill glass, and I like it personally. I collect some of it, but I'm specific. Okay, one last item when I come back. Still Indiana glass, still Harvest Grape, but beautiful carnival piece. Okay, so this is from the 70s. This is Indiana glass. This is the same pattern called Harvest Grape, but this is carnival glass, and it's the amber iridescent. Now on here you see it as orange and gold. I'm gonna try to move it where you can see the amazing purple. Here we go. Look at that. This true carnival glass. Now when you go to the shops and you're looking for glass, right, and you're gonna see a lot of pieces like this, a lot of them are, I'm gonna say, fake. If you rub them too much, it's a coating that they put on. It's like paint. This is not that. This is in the glass. It's infused. The minerals that make those colors are in the glass, so the color is never gonna go away. It's amber, gold, purple, blue. Look at this. It's really beautiful. So it's called a compote, right? But originally this was referred to as a wedding bowl, and back in the 70s it was a preferred gift for weddings. You can use it, that's why they call it wedding bowl. You can use it as a fruit bowl, you can use it as a centerpiece, you can use it because of the color and the glass against a dark background. If you have like a bookcase, a library, and you put a light on it, ooh, it's gonna bring so much light to a dark corner. It's stunning. I love carnival glass. I really do. Look at that. See, I have my light on it. Almost looks like gold, right? So it's the same pattern. You recognize it, right? Harvest grape. And this is the inside of the bowl. It's in perfect condition. There's no chip, nothing. And again, because the minerals are in the glass, it's not gonna fade, chip, or disappear on you. Oh, it's a gorgeous piece. Okay. I think I went through all of my items. So tell me down below which one's your favorite. What would I keep? Every week I tell you what would I keep. Well, the terrine, I had it for about 3 years, okay? And I never did anything with it. I felt that I couldn't sell it because I broke the ladle. And then some of you said, but Sophia, somebody's going to want it with or without the ladle. Don't worry about it. So, okay, I'm listening to you. I'm letting go of the terrine. You know, I'm okay with that. But what would I keep? Absolutely would keep the 1930s. Okay, Mark, you are heavy. Vase, but I just don't have the room. It's too big for my decor. And I would keep the mill glass, believe it or not. And I would absolutely keep this because this goes into my decor. And I can't believe how long that ring is. It's a gorgeous vase. I'm telling you, it's very inexpensive. And that's what I would keep. And I think I would keep that too. Well, pretty much I would keep everything. I have to be honest. I didn't really want to sell these. I mentioned I had 2, right? Because I fell in love with them. I felt they were so beautiful, right? They're from Holland, from the 60s, right before we started switching to flutes. And I was washing them today, and when I saw there was a chip, I was like, "This is a sign." I'm so happy I get to keep that. I get to keep you. It's nice. Okay, so that is what's coming up in the shop tomorrow. And I think it's the 22nd. If I have the wrong date, I'll write it right here. What can I say? I love everything in my shop. You want to see a tour? Because I went shopping on Friday night, and boy, did I get stuff. I'm going to give you a tour, a little preview of everything that I have right now in the shop, okay? So we have the picture, that's mine, right? I still have to sell it. This is Gorham Lotus. It's a vase, and I have the 2 candlesticks. They are dirty, all right? I gotta wash them, all right? These are mine, if you remember. I have all of these vintage glasses. I have these coming up soon that have platinum, and from the 50s, 60s, and the ducks. I have this little guy here. I have this one that is, I forgot the name, but I think it's an Italian crystal. This, really, really cool. This is, I thought it was a Steuben, but it's not. It's actually Bohemian glass, and it's got Vaseline in it, uranium. More like manganese or manganese, actually. This will glow. These are Gorham Altea. I have 2 of them, a small and a large one. I remember selling the large one before. Let me see. I have this, which is a mid-century modern art glass. This Viking pedestal. It's called Princess something. I have some Fostoria. No, not Fostoria. I have some Cambridge Rose Point in here. Underneath I have some, I forgot the name. This is a 1950s crystal ice bucket. This will be expensive. I'm just letting you know now because that's something else. This is a Dansk crystal ball. I have this. And then on this side, I think this is a Hager. I have a 1930s teapot by something Enterprise. I forgot the name. I have 2 Navarro vases. This is Antique Limoges. This is a German 1950s hard box. And then in pottery, coming up soon, tell your friends, a very rare Hager, Royal Hager pottery fish from 1965. And this thing here is a big deal. But we'll talk about it maybe next week. This is a Mark Chamberlain pottery. That's serious pottery right there. And I think that's all I got in the shop right now. Minus a couple of miscellaneous items. Watch out for the teapot. It's gorgeous. 1930s. Oh, love it. So I thought it was fun giving you a little tour of what's going on in the shop right now. You notice that I still have these guys, right? I got to put them up. I have so many of them. But yeah, the Royal Hager. And then, of course, there's a few other things here and there that I haven't shown you. It's in the back. I would totally do this full time. I love it. Anyway, tell me down below which one you like best. And I will see you next week. Thank you for supporting my business, supporting my shop, supporting my passion. As crazy as it may sound. I hope you find your purpose the way I have found mine. Because nothing fulfills you like living your passion. So that's what I wish for you. I will see you next week. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe right in the corner. Find me on Facebook and Instagram at Frenchy and Tubby. I put all of those items in preview. Today's Wednesday. Wednesday late in the evening. I put all those items in preview by Thursday night. Okay, or Friday morning. So if you're interested and you want to see how much they're going to be and prep yourself as to whether or not you want to purchase them, get on my Instagram account. That's where you will see them. Turning off the light, I will say goodbye. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.